Hey everyone, welcome back to Daily Breeze. I'm your host, Noor, and today we're uncovering something that's as fun as it is mysterious: optical illusions. You've probably seen them. Maybe it's that famous spinning dancer who suddenly changes direction, or the dress that broke the internet because literally no one could agree on its color. Are you team blue and black or white and gold? Let me know in the comments below. Well, no matter which illusions you've come across, one thing is certain: your brain got tricked. But why does that happen? And what does it say about how we see the world? Well, today, we're going to explore what optical illusions really are, why our brains fall for them, and what they reveal about the way we process reality. Let's start with a simple definition. An optical illusion is a visual experience that appears to differ from reality. In other words, your brain thinks that it's seeing one thing when it's actually seeing something else, or sometimes nothing at all. Now, optical illusions aren't mistakes. They're the result of your brain working the way it normally does. It's trying to help you by making quick decisions based on limited information. And there are actually three main types of optical illusions. Number one, literal illusions. These are images that are different from the objects that create them. Think of those impossible structures by M.C. Escher, like a staircase that loops back into itself. Your brain tries to interpret it as a real 3D object, even though that geometry can't exist. Number two, physiological illusions. These happen because of how our eyes and brain react to intense stimulation, like brightness, color, or even movement. For example, when you stare at a bright image for too long and then see a ghostly afterimage when you look away, well, that is your visual system adapting and overreacting. Number three, cognitive illusions. These are the most fascinating. They happen because of the way our brain interprets information based on expectations and prior knowledge. A great example: the Mueller-Lyer illusion, where two lines appear to be different lengths just because of the arrow shapes at the ends, even though they are exactly the same. Okay, so now the big question is, why do we fall for these illusions? The short answer is, well, your brain is doing its best with the information that it has. The human brain is a prediction machine. Every second, it's taking in a sensory data, and it's trying to make sense of it quickly. It's not just recording what your eyes see, it's making educated guesses about what's probably out there. For example, if you're walking through a forest and you see something long and curved in the grass, your brain might instantly say snake, even though it's just a stick. That's a survival shortcut. Better safe than sorry. Optical illusions are like little traps that take advantage of these shortcuts. They highlight how much we rely on assumptions, patterns, and context to see the world. Now, let's look at a famous illusion and break down what they're actually telling us. One of the most viral in recent history was the dress. You remember? Is it blue and black or white and gold? Well, the truth is, both are right. Sort of. It depends on how your brain is interpreting the lighting conditions in the photo. Some people's brains saw it as being in shadow, so they filtered the colors accordingly. Others saw it in bright light. It's a perfect example of how context shapes perception. Another great one is the Ames room, a distorted room that looks normal from a specific viewpoint. When people stand at opposite ends, one looks like a giant and the other looks tiny. But really, the room is built with slanted floors and crooked walls. It's your perspective that's being tricked. Then, there's the rotating snake illusion. Those colorful spirals that seem to move even though they're completely still. That's your brain reacting to color and contrast in a way that stimulates motion. Again, it's not a glitch. It's a feature of how your visual system processes change. So, what can we learn from all of this? First, optical illusions remind us that our senses aren't perfect. What we see isn't always what's really there. Second, they show us how much our perception is shaped by context, experience, and expectation. Our brains are constantly trying to create a story from incomplete data, and illusions are just situations where the story goes a little off script. And finally, illusions aren't just fun, they're valuable scientific tools. Researchers use them to study how the brain processes visual information, attention, and even decision making. So, the next time you see an illusion or an illusion messes with your brain, don't just scroll past. Pause. That weirdness you feel, that's your mind doing its job. And the more we notice it, the more we understand how we really see the world. That's it for today's episode. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Let me know in the comments what you want me to talk about next. I'm always down to dive into your ideas. This is Daily Reads, and things are about to get weird.